Introduction to index. Let us understand what is indexing in SQL. Why do we need to put indexes in SQL? Okay. Think of indexing like giving numbers to all the rows or all the records in your table. Okay, for example, if I have 1,000 records in the table, I'm numbering every single record as 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 1,000. That is known as indexing. Think of you buying a book. Okay, let's say you bought a novel. You finished a novel. And now you think of rereading that chapter that you loved. But if there was no index, will you really go through all the 400 pages of the book searching for that chapter? Or will you directly go to the index, search for the chapter name, look at the page number, and then directly go to the page number? Obviously, you'll go for the solution 2, right? Which is much more easy. Yes. So you know the chapter name, you know where the page is, you will directly jump on that particular index or that particular page number and start enjoying reading the chapter. Similar is the idea or the motivation when it comes to indexing in SQL. Okay. When you have vast amounts of data, okay, in the database or in the table, indexing becomes extremely handy. Okay, it becomes very easy to extract the data. For example, let's say I have 10,000 records. In those 10,000 records, I have 100 records where the city is Mumbai. So I can just put out select columns from table where city is Mumbai. Because I have efficiently indexed the data, it becomes very easy to retrieve all the records where the city is equal to Mumbai. In a nutshell, what is indexing doing? Indexing is speeding up the process of extracting the data or manipulating the data. Yes. But why do I need to have index in the first place? Okay. I need to have index in the first place because let's say I'm dealing with huge amount of information. I can go through it quickly. I can extract the data quickly. Yes. Each index table contains only 2 columns and it improves the query performance. Obviously, when you have indexed the data in the right manner, the performance is top notch. You can easily extract the data. Yes, let's say you want to extract only those data where the row numbers are even. If you have indexed it properly, extracting the records at even rows or odd rows will become extremely efficient and easy. Especially when you're working on joining operations. So if you know what are joining operations, when it comes to joining operations, in joining operations, you're joining the 2 columns, but the joining operations are happening on the records. Yes. So in order to efficiently join the records, in order to make sure that the joining operation, whether it's inner joining, outer join, full outer join, right outer join, self join, cross join, you have to make sure that the indexing is proper. The index itself has its own categories. Let us look at clustered index. What is clustered index? It is basically an index structured in a relational database. Please note we're talking about relational database here, which is basically 2-dimensional rows and columns, where the rows of table are physically stored on the disk. Okay, rows are physically stored on the disk in the same order as that of indexes key columns. What are indexes key columns? Primary key and foreign key. What is primary key? A unique identifier to every table. Right? Each table can have only one clustered index. Clustered indexes are well suited for range queries and retrieval of the data. In many databases, primary key is automatically considered as a clustered index. Think of clustered index like having a good physical table in place, which can make sure that the data retrieval is at its speed. It gives a top-notch quality data retrieval. Okay, so please note each table can have only one clustered index. If you look at the syntax, it says create clustered index, then you have an index name on table, and then you have a column name, ascending, descending, so on and so forth. So that is how you can perform a clustered indexing operation. Just how you have clustered index, you also have something called as non-clustered index. What is non-clustered index? It is an index structure in the relational database that contains a copy of the indexed columns. Now please note, in clustered index, you had a clustered or you had indexed rows version. In non-clustered index, you have indexed columns version, along with the reference to the corresponding rows in the actual table. Yes. So each table can have multiple non-clustered indexes. Yes. So that is how a table structure looks like, right? When you have multiple non-clustered indexes. So if a table does not have a clustered index, the primary key is usually implemented as a non-clustered index. So please note, whenever you are defining a table, you have to make sure that you define the primary key as a clustered index. If not, it will be implemented as a non-clustered index. Yes. So if we look at the syntax, it says create non-clustered index, give an index name on a table name, and then you take a column, perform the order by operation. So that is nothing but our index maturity goes through. Yes. Thank you so much.